Welcome into the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Welcome back to the action. Welcome back to BC Sports TV. It is Canada versus the Haudenosaunee in the women's division. Canada looking to get back to their winning ways after dropping an overtime loss this morning, or early this afternoon, I should say, to Great Britain. And the Haudenosaunee also losing to Great Britain earlier today, and still looking for their first win of the tournament, and they'll trail 1-0 here early on the first possession for Canada. Chance to go the other way for the Haudenosaunee. So they took a little while to find their offensive footing in the loss to Great Britain earlier, and that will surely be a point of emphasis here. So they look to get themselves settled and underway sooner rather than later, and they cause a turnover in the offensive zone right away. Jordan Coulon gets back to the outside. Maya Mitchell gets around the screen, dishes. Pass just out of the reach. The intended target, I believe that's Fawn Porter working from the corner. Shot clock goes down to 10. Rapp shoots, scores. What a goal is Porter. Finds her fourth goal of the tournament, and her first of this game comes early. Now Canada, after giving up a goal, answers right back. On the run to make it 2-1. Long feed. Goes over. Late change for the Haudenosaunee. Shot from distance. Goes well wide past the goaltender in Saskia Onger. As she'll watch on is Paige Crandall back in between the pipes at the other end for the Haudenosaunee. She was strong in that 12-5 loss versus Great Britain. Despite the 12 goals against, she had a plethora of unbelievable saves. Now Chavari drives, spins back, shot wide. Pass goes over, and they get over the center line just in time as the clock got down to 20. Penalty now coming up to Canada. So they lead 2-1. And we'll go down a woman in just a couple of moments here with the Haudenosaunee still with possession. 3 to shoot from distance, and that goes into the stick of Onger, giving us a whistle, and our first power play of the game will go in favor of the Haudenosaunee. It'll be a slashing call. I believe Isabella Gaspar. She watches on nervously with the Haudenosaunee trying to tie this game at 2. Perimeter work, now pass goes through the middle, falling backwards, no call. Ball kept alive by the Haudenosaunee. Down to the far side, bobbled pass once again. Jordan Coulon can't quite find it, and possession will go back to Canada. Lob pass forward. Alex Matsuoka chases it down. Nobody near her, so she'll casually pick it up. Take it behind the net herself, switch hands and come back to Erica Evans. 13 goals coming into this game. And she finds her 14th on her first of the game, goes 5-hole past Crandall. Far side feed. Maya Mitchell dishes back to the perimeter. Knocked down. We're back to 5-on-5. Final 3.5 minutes here in the opening quarter. Near side feed. Mitchell with it again. Pressured from distance. Gets underneath. Last second shot towards the goal. Unger makes a save just before the clock expires. Now Bianca Chavari gets a nice move to elude the pressure. Sends a teammate into the offensive zone. Juliana Gaspar is going to dish herself and head off for a change. Late offensive change now for the Canadians. Shot and a kick stop. Crandall knocks that one loose. Canada able to maintain possession. Daniela Stroop from behind the net. Rounds the corner. Ends up near the top. Driving, shooting, and scores. Alexis Jenkins puts that one home and puts Canada in front 4-1. Now Maya Mitchell spins away from some pressure. Heads off for a change. Shot goes into the chest protector of Unger. Lets that fall to a defender, and she gets the return feedback to her. Looking up, long stretch pass goes up, run onto, and Porter kicks it away from the awaiting Skylar MacArthur. Pass goes back up, bodies collide. And Canada takes possession back. Now delayed call coming up against the Haudenosaunee. With speed into the offensive zone. A bouncer goes stick side. Pass Crandall. Believe that was Evans with another. And now the penalty against the Haudenosaunee. So 5-1 Canada leads. It was a 13-12 win for Canada over the Haudenosaunee when they first met yesterday. Evans spinning shot off the goaltender and wide. Now Sverdrup dishes to the outside. Chavari, fake shot, and shot from the near side goes glove side. Pass Paige Crandall. Final minute now in the opening quarter. Maya Mitchell wanted the pass, didn't get it. Delayed call coming up against Canada. Now near side, shot scores. Sierra Cockerell rips that one home over the stick of Unger. That waves off the penalty, and Canada still in front by 4. A little confusion. The officials and the timekeepers. I believe there was a count going on a penalty that the official thought was for the quarter, but back underway. Evans from the far side, back to Skylar MacArthur. Behind the cage they go. 7 seconds remaining on the shot clock. MacArthur gets the feed, shot, scores just under the bar. A beauty from MacArthur. Haudenosaunee continue to look for an answer. Ball down to the turf. And the final count on here to conclude the quarter. Will we get a quick whistle? Does the Haudenosaunee get it? Need a quick shot, and not going to get it, as that will bring us to the end of quarter number 1. It's Canada 7, it's Haudenosaunee 2. And when we return, second quarter action coming right up. You're watching the World Lacrosse Super Sixes live on BC Sports TV. Back to the action live from Percy Perry Stadium. The World Lacrosse Super Sixes. It's Canada versus the Haudenosaunee, and Canada leading by 5. Sierra Cockerill lost it on the trail check. Canada countering the other way with numbers. Pass through, shot, stopped. Another big save. Paige Crandall got her stick out in time, and Jalen Jimerson's going to go the other way. Righty on the right side, tough angle there as she avoids a couple of sticks swinging in her direction. Lost the ball for a moment, got it back off the turf. Shot clock goes down to 10. Pass goes high into the air, deflected, able to keep after it. Now 5 to shoot. Fawn Porter puts it off the goaltender and out of play. Certainly looking to find the back of the net there, but at the very least, gets a reset for her team. Ball sent back to her now. She absorbs the contact, runs into some more. A jump shot stopped again by the goaltender. There's a cross-checking call on the play. And the Haudenosaunee now chance to cut into this lead on the power play. Trailing 7-2. And beautiful couple of chances there for Fawn Porter, but just could not quite beat Onger in between the pipes for Canada. Pass to the outside shot, and that one just goes wide. Thought it might have caught a piece of the stick of Onger, but cleanly out of play. And Onger will send that one high into the air, almost hitting her target. And the goaltender takes some contact there. Penalty as a result. Some oohs and ahs forming from the crowd. Waiting to see the number of the penalized Canadian player. The slow walk towards the penalty area. Kylie Dobson will be the culprit. Now a 2-woman advantage for the Haudenosaunee. Ball rolled towards the center line. Now we'll get our start. The Haudenosaunee go 4-on-3 with a woman playing safety at center. Quick shot and a beautiful save by Onger. Ball goes high into the air, and that'll stay in place somehow. 3-woman press. Canada breaks free. Onger steps out of her crease to turn it the other way. Now numbers, a 2-on-1 for Canada. Pass through. Shot, scores. MacArthur gets another. Skip pass over to the far wing. Knocked loose. Almost out of play. Maya Mitchell keeps it in. 10 seconds remaining to shoot. Near side feed. Shot. That goes high out of the stick of Ava Gabriel and out of play. Canada will start off from behind their net. A fast-moving second quarter, still with a little over 5 minutes remaining. Matsuoka hits the trailer. Shot, scores. Penalty on the play again, I believe, as there was a high stick that's going to be called. And that one goes against number 30 for Canada. And I don't actually have a number 30 on my score sheet. Send a text message down in between the benches to see if I can get that sorted out. But our mystery woman being number 30 for this game. If you're watching from home and happen to know who's wearing number 30 for Team Canada, send me a message on Twitter or Instagram at Ferratino or at Tino Farah. Give us a follow on BC Sports TV while you're at it. And the Canadians look for double digits, and they'll be denied by Crandall. Rebound will ricochet off of her and out of play. Power play remains for the Canadians. Far side they will go. Everybody getting a touch as it rounds the corner and back behind the net. Far side feed with 4:20 remaining until the halftime break. That one goes off a defender and out of play. Canada's going to keep possession. Limited time here. Shot from distance. Just 5 more seconds remaining on the shot clock. Stopped by Crandall. Here is Fawn Porter. Fresh off of her performance at the World Lacrosse Box Championships in Utica just a few weeks ago. The Haudenosaunee taking home a bronze medal in the first time that the women have been represented at that tournament. The United States taking home the gold in the women's division, taking down Team Canada. Quick turnaround to this Super Sixes event. As Chavari bobbles it, finds it, spins back and gets towards the goal with a shot sent wide. Crandall will come out of her crease and start this possession from behind her net. Quick feed up. That hits Lois Garlow. One more pass and a shot goes into the stick of Onger. And a penalty on the play again. This one will go to the Canadians. Yellow card, so just 30 seconds. And excuse me, the penalty actually going to the Haudenosaunee. So they'll go back to the penalty kill. And Canada's still on the hunt for double digits here in the goal category. Chavari from distance, near side to Dobson. Return feed, Chavari backpedals away and sends it down to the corner. Behind the net now. Near side feed. Brooklyn Sverdrup drives, switches hands, goes back to X. Under 10 to shoot. Pass back to the perimeter. Chavari over to her right. Couple seconds remaining. They get a shot off and Crandall makes the save nonetheless. Now Porter sends one high into the air on target and unable to send it home. Sierra Cockerill took it off the turf and just lost it as it fell high out of her stick. One-on-one with the goaltender. She looks to the heavens as she goes back for penalty killing shift. Still shorthanded in the final 2 minutes until halftime. And now back to even strength. Sverdrup with it again. Back to the point. Far side feed. Motion underway for the Canadians. So they get a cycle going at the far side. Pass comes to the near side. Running out of time on the shot clock. And it will expire. So last second pass sends the ball out of play. Delaying the restart here for the Haudenosaunee. 1.5 minutes remaining. Play hasn't been blown in as Haudenosaunee tried to go quickly. Jalen Jimerson has possession and the official telling her to retreat back. Got to be careful not to take a penalty here as the discussion continues. But Jimerson thought the play should have been blown back in a few seconds earlier as she was approaching the center line. Now return to her as she gets over successfully this time around and sends it down low to the corner. Pick and roll to create some space. On a drive cutting through. Jimerson and the shot from the middle of the field finds the back of the net. Onger allows one for the first time in quite some time, and the lead is cut down to 6. The final minute of action here in quarter number 2. Over top they will go. Isabella Gaspar sends it over to the lefties. 10 to shoot. From distance they go, and Evans rips one home. Clock is on into the final 10 seconds. Evans gets one last pass forward, and we will head towards halftime with Canada in front by 7. It's 10-3 they lead. And when we return, the third quarter will get underway. Thanks for joining us on BC Sports TV. You're watching the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Back to the action here at the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Canada currently leading 10-3 over the Haudenosaunee, and a fast break opportunity off a face-off win. Evans scores right away. About 12 seconds into the third quarter. Lead now up to 8. The Haudenosaunee continue to struggle on the offensive side. They've had their chances, but just too many dropped passes at this point. And now they're going to say a moving screen will end the possession early, and that's going to be a penalty. As Canada was about to go the other way before it got blown back in. Slash from the Haudenosaunee knocked stick out of the hands of the Canadian player, and that's going to be a penalty every time. Canada right back to work with a power play chance. Less than a minute in, already with a goal in this quarter and a chance to do more of the same as Bianca Chavari takes the pass near side, and the ball goes down to the corner. Slowly from X. Evans sends it over to the far side. Righties go to work. Chavari with it again, near side shooter position. One more pass to her right. Evans couldn't take it cleanly as it deflected off of a defender's stick. Now Fawn Porter collects, head up. She tucks through and is just going to take it into the offensive zone herself. A little bit of pressure from Evans. Those two have seen a lot of each other in recent days, as Evans was in Utica as well for World Championships, as was Porter. Now MacArthur takes that feed, and Canada can get back to work offensively, but we are back to even strength lacrosse. Chavari to MacArthur. Over top, hands free, can't find a lane. She'll dish to her left. 3 to shoot. Last second, bid towards the goal, goes off the netminder and out of play. Fresh 30 now for the Canadians. Late change as MacArthur and Chavari head off for a change. Near side feed. 10 seconds through the shot clock. That one floats towards the goal off of a deflection and into the stick of the netminder, Paige Crandall, who's having another strong game. Despite the 11 goals against, a handful of saves, trying to keep her team within the fight. Just unfortunately no goals to show for their efforts, and now need a defensive stop as Canada continues to go and find the back of the net. Talia Martinez rips one home. As we approach the midway mark of the third quarter. Pass finds its way to the near side. Penalty coming up against Canada. Shot blocked. Down to the turf it goes, and that'll give us a whistle and a stoppage. I believe Martinez is going to be the culprit. No, she heads off. Evans making her way back towards. Will she be the one carrying on towards the penalty area? Yes, Erica Evans. Here's Sierra Cockerill. Skips one over to the lefties. Fake pass now. Return to Cockerill from distance. Drives past quickly down low to the crease, and a beautiful save by Onger. Gets her stick up in time. Retreats away to pressure. Wide open net as Cockerill just bobbled it while Onger was making her way back, and a penalty on the play. I believe that's going to be a slash. Taking the Haudenosaunee off of the power play. Cockerill had that chance a moment ago. Couldn't quite find the handle on the loose ball, and this will remain a 9-goal advantage in favor of Canada. 12-3 they lead with 4:32 remaining. Next game coming up after this, we'll go back to the men's division. It'll be Canada versus Team Indigenous. Indigenous lost a heartbreaker just before this game to Mexico. That shot goes off the inside of the post and out the other side. Fresh 30 now for Canada. Chavari, far side feed, shot and a stick save. Crandall steps out of her crease. Pressure here slowing down the transition of the Haudenosaunee, who get over just in time. Shot scores. Porter cuts the lead down to 8. Back to even strength now with Evans coming out of the penalty area, and he's going to stay and play an offensive shift here, parking herself down in the crease off ball. Chavari. Fake pass to Evans, back to the far side instead. Chavari at the point. Shot scores. Evans goes stick side past Crandall. Now 13-4, Canada leads. Porter takes it herself and puts it into the stick. Onger makes another save. Quick pass up on the run, perfectly placed. Spinning away, driving through. One more spin for good measure, and a shot from Juliana Gaspar beats Crandall. Cockerill. She'll make the pass into the offensive zone and head off for a late change. Illegal procedure goes against the Haudenosaunee. Canada will take the ball right back. Evans looking for help. Finds it in the form of Talia Martinez. Had a goal back in the third quarter. May she have another one here, and puts it off the bar. Play stays alive on a reset in favor of Canada. Shot stopped. Crandall makes the save. Canada steps through the crease following the shot. That'll give possession right back to the Haudenosaunee as Crandall starts things off, sends it up in transition. Pass in front, ended up towards the goal and over the goal line. Wasn't meant to be a shot, but ends up over nonetheless. And a lucky break for the Haudenosaunee with under 2 minutes remaining. Chavari to MacArthur. Looking for a lane, can't find it, goes down to the crease. Shovel shot and a stick shot by Crandall. That one just rolls out of bounds, and it will remain Canada possession. Approaching the final minute of action here in quarter number 3. MacArthur, room to work with. Fake shot, wants to dish over to the far side. She'll carry it over herself and send it to Chavari near side. Return feed looking for MacArthur, out of her reach, and Crandall, as it rolled towards her, she'll send it up. Pass off the mark. Canada will take it back. Gaspar gets the feed, finds Evans awaiting the pass just over the center line. Evans tucks underneath, spins back one more time, hands free, shot scores. 10-goal lead now for Canada. Looking more and more likely that we will see a final in the women's division tomorrow between Canada and Great Britain. Of course, Canada beat Great Britain in the first game of the tournament for them and then lost in overtime earlier this afternoon. 1-goal games in both of those matchups. Quick feed up, trying to catch and shoot it all in one motion, and that will bring us to the conclusion of the third quarter. When we come back, it'll be the fourth and final frame in this matchup between Canada and the Haudenosaunee. You're watching the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Back underway from the Percy Perry Stadium at the World Lacrosse Super Sixes. Second to last game of the day here going down in the women's division between Canada and the Haudenosaunee. Quick pass, quick goal. A beauty. Juliana Gaspar with her back towards the goal just shovels one over the goal line, and Canada continues to just cement themselves in control of this game. That shot from the Haudenosaunee goes off the outside of the net. Jalen Jimerson denied. And Canada will work it around the perimeter. Pick and roll play, far side feed, low shot, scores. Two straight for the Canadians. 17-5 they lead. Ball knocked loose, penalty on the play, and it will go to Alex Matsuoka, much to the chagrin of a couple of fans right in front of the booth. Perfectly placed ambient mic, I would say. But the officials disagree, and Haudenosaunee get a power play. Still looking for their first win of this Super Sixes tournament, and they'll drop the ball here, turning into a shorthanded breakaway for Canada, and alone scores. Juliana Gaspar, give her two in this fourth quarter. And she'll head back for some more penalty killing duties, but not for long, as we'll go back to even strength. Pass goes across to the far side, down to the corner for Fawn Porter. Spins away, back through the middle. Low shot, low save for Onger. She gets enough of it with her stick. Keep it on the right side of the goal line from the Canadian perspective, and they will again escape the zone. Not a lot of pressure here on the forecheck for the Haudenosaunee. Dobson looking for a recipient, finds one far side. Martinez puts one off the stick of the goaltender and out of play. That one goes towards the Canadian men warming up off of the field, as they have the late game after this against Team Indigenous. Dobson somehow came up with the loose ball through a flurry of bodies. Now under 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Shot stopped. Officials calling for a reset. Now they get it. Sverdrup stumbles on her move, trying to get back to her feet. Lost possession in the midst of that. And the Haudenosaunee again can't get out of their zone. Slash on the play, and it will give Canada a power play. So it'll be a slash. And might be a timeout on the play here as well, as the goaltenders head towards their respective benches. So we'll take a breather, and when we come back, it'll be the final 5 minutes of quarter number 4. Back underway in Canada versus Haudenosaunee in the women's division, with Canada leading 18-5. And on the power play, following a timeout called, Dobson sends it over to the lefties. One more pass underneath. Make it another one, and a bounce shot goes between the wickets of Crandall. And got a message as well. We have found our mystery woman, number 30, usually wearing number 36, Eve Hritzuk. Glad we got that sorted, because she's had a couple of highlight reel goals in this game, and maybe another one this time for Dobson on a breakaway. Denied by the goaltender. What a save by Paige Crandall. Jumped over to her left, ended up kind of out of position there, but keeping her stick as an option, and ends up being the right call, denying Dobson on a breakaway from her own side of center. Now Maya Mitchell switching hands, can't get a shot off, his stick knocked loose. Sverdrup just gets over the center line in time, heads off for a change. There's pressure starting to come from the Haudenosaunee, but Canada breaks free of that and still has half of the shot clock remaining here in the final 3.5 minutes. Shot stopped, back-to-back saves for Crandall. I feel like I've said it all throughout this tournament, but despite, some of these lopsided games, I guess they haven't exactly been lopsided. 12-8 loss to Great Britain, 13-12 heartbreaker on a buzzer beater loss to Team Canada yesterday, and then the 12-5 loss to Great Britain earlier today. Paige Crandall has been a standout for the Haudenosaunee. That pass looking through the middle of the field was just off, and Canada will take possession back. Onger has been strong in the crease for Canada as well. Just hasn't quite seen as much action as the other end of the turf. Now Gaspar sends it back to the point. Good defensive play by the Haudenosaunee to knock the ball down. Now they come up with possession, and do we have another penalty on the play? Yes, we do. The official reaching their pocket now for a card, and I believe it's going to be Canada going to the power play. Final 2:20 now in our second last game of the day. Dobson dishes over to the far side, drives through off ball. Tuck move, drive shot, just wide. Cassandra Menard. Pass goes through the middle, knocked down. Canada takes it away again, but penalty on the play there. No penalty on the play, but whistle blows the play dead, and Canada had a breakaway starting to form, and that chance will be foiled. They'll start off from center instead. Not that they need a breakaway at this point, leading 19-5. Minute and 24 to play. Alexis Jenkins over to the far side. MacArthur spins back, waiting at the point. Matsuoka. Jenkins dishes one more time. MacArthur muscles her way through, shot off the post. Big rebound goes to the near side, and out of play. Canada's going to maintain possession. Matsuoka with it again. Back to the point. She floats her way back through to the middle. Evans down to the crease. Skip through a couple of defenders, and On a push against the Haudenosaunee, possession will go back in favor of Canada. They'll get a reset into the final minute. Not a lot of urgency here on this possession. Jenkins to her left, return feed. Shot clock goes down to 10. Driving along the near side, Evans spins back, shovels one through, and Crandall makes another save with the stick. Ball goes down to the turf, still up for grabs. Haudenosaunee will find it, knock loose one more time and kick forward. Evans there to stop it. Over the center line now, still battling for it. Canada eventually finds it and unable to avoid the sideline there. That'll be a push, and we'll keep possession in favor of Canada. The clock about to go on, as it does on cue into the final 10 seconds. Canada will take home a lead, or a win, excuse me, of 19-5, and we will head towards our final game of the day. The Haudenosaunee still winless through their opening 4 games of the tournament, heading into the final game tomorrow. One more game to play here, and it will be back to the men's division. It'll be Canada versus Team Indigenous. Start time in about 10 minutes or so. Thanks for joining us here on BC Sports TV. We hope you join us for that one as well. Back in a few.